Now this is interesting. This side is pink, and the other side, this is the Atlantic Ocean side. The sky is pink this side. So when you go look over on this side, it's not pink. So this is the western sky. It's not pink. So she obviously dropped a bomb over the Atlantic Ocean. See? But this side looks pretty normal. Interesting. I'll take a look at this cloud. Looks like it's right, this is like leering over me. That looks like a penis cloud. That is just wild. Right there. Look how big it is. How big that cloud is. Wow. This was taken on November the 7th, the day before the election. There are less clouds in the sky, but look at that pink sky, so not sure what that means. But other than that, it's pretty cloudless. I mean, take a look at this over here, see? No clouds. This side looks good. It looks like she's mainly attacking from the ocean side here. See? Ocean side. I don't get. As you can see, Angelina Ballerina is still busy causing problems. The sky has been pink ever since she's been running things. Regarding Donald Trump, I just want to say that he seems to be doing a very good job. I've been very pleased with how he's been my right arm during this election. And for instance, I've been thinking about Mitt Romney as a possible Secretary of State, and I like the way Mitt Romney, I'm going by my emotional IQ, my gut instincts, okay? Mitt Romney seems to me, even though he said some very untrue and unfair things about Donald Trump during the election, I suspect that he may have done so because the Jesuits threatened to harm his wife. And he was very quick to offer himself to Trump when Trump won the election, which leads me to suspect that Mitt Romney, in his heart of hearts, actually supports me as the president. Actually, I think Mitt Romney did object to some of what appeared to be Trump's anti-woman or his, some of the things that, Trump seems to have mouth trouble with a lot of people where they don't like how he talks and how he expresses himself, and he really turns people off. And I think that may have turned Mitt Romney off. And but when Romney found out that Trump had been murdered by Hillary Clinton, and when he learned what Hillary Clinton tried to do to Trump, where I'll have a link to that video underneath this video, what happened on November the 4th. When he learned about that, when he found out that I was running and that Trump was just my spokesperson, then he changed his mind I believe because I am the president, that's how we got Romney on board. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the Trump automaton, but I've entertained the possibility, and I wouldn't die over this, that it's possible that Trump may be ruling through his automaton from heaven. Jesus may be allowing Donald Trump in heaven to sort of like inhabit his automaton or to control his automaton, so that Trump is actually ruling as president from heaven. This is a guess. I'm not sure. I am the president, okay? I'm very pleased with what the automaton has done so far. I believe that Mitt Romney is my fan, not necessarily a Trump fan, but he came on board the Trump train when I won the election, which is why I think Mitt Romney might make a good Secretary of State. You say, why is this? Well, we want someone as a Secretary of State who is capable of cultivating good relationships with other countries, especially the countries that are our friends, like Russia, and I believe China is one of our friends. I'm not going to be able to cover in this short video all of my policies, but I have conspiracy law at my website. You can read that and you'll pretty much know what my policies are and everything. It's the size of an encyclopedia. It appears that Trump has been reading my conspiracy law and he's altering some of his campaign promises to go more in line with my conspiracy law. For instance, I have some very strong anti-pollution laws in my conspiracy law, and Trump just recently said that he agrees that climate change may be a bit of a problem, which seems like a total about-face. I know this is going to make some conservative Republicans really angry. And actually, the truth is that the Jesuits have used pollution as one of their prime ways to make their enemies sick. So I've written some very strong anti-pollution laws, and it appears that Trump will honor that. So I'm really thrilled that he's kind of backtracking. I'm not sure I go for climate change, but let's just say this much. The Jesuit pollution has gotten so bad that it's affecting a lot of people and making them very sick. It's even worse than climate change. And like, it's affecting me right now. I'm getting a headache. Angelina's been dropping bombs filled with yeast and mold and God knows what else. And it's making me sick and probably making other allergic people sick. These are the laws that I have that I consider a death penalty violation to do this. Because people are dying from this pollution. So, and it appears that Donald is going to try to enforce this. I appreciate that, Donald. And so he's been obeying me. And he kind of like backtracked on the wall a little bit. And I kind of mentioned in my conspiracy law, I'm not really against a wall, but I don't think it's the most efficient way to deal with terrorism. We should use our mind and emotion read. So he's kind of, he's backtracking in the areas where he can get more close to my law. Now, a lot of Republicans are mad because he says he's not going to go after Hillary Clinton. Well, I think he's a pragmatist. I'll admit I'm a pragmatist. I'm more of a pragmatist than an ideologue, or I don't really have any party affiliation. I'm kind of like in the middle. I'm not really a Democrat, not really a Republican. I'm like an independent, kind of like a libertarian. And my number one goal is that we have freedom, okay? Everybody's free to choose their own belief system with no government official telling you what you do in your religious institution or whatever, however you want to worship God or not worship God. I am all about freedom. And as your president, that is my goal, to make sure that everybody has ultimate freedom with the government hands off, giving people the freedom to make their own choices in business and economics and healthcare. And yet in areas where we need to protect the people, like having a national healthcare plan, having anti-pollution laws and things like that, that's where I clamp down. But I don't make the laws so restrictive that they become, how do I say? I'm for pollution laws, but only if they work, not if they're ridiculous, not if they're not going to do the job of fixing pollution, which is what a lot of the environmental laws are like right now. They're really crazy. And a lot of what they call environmental laws are not really environmental laws at all. They're just laws to regulate people to death, especially people you don't like, if you want to make them bankrupt or go out of business. And I'm against that stuff. So I'm for free enterprise, and I'm for lower taxes. Probably, if you want to see what my government's like, it's kind of patterned after the Russian model. Vladimir Putin's been enforcing my conspiracy law almost 100% in Russia. And the Chinese have been trying as well. My conspiracy law is written that it can work with communist type of government, it can work with a socialist type of government, it can work with a democratic or a republic type of a government, or a socialist type of government. I give all these different types of governments. I let the people choose what kind of government they want. We got like a divide in our country right now, where the liberals want more of a socialist, Bernie Sanders type of a government, and the Republicans want to go back to the republic. And me personally, I think the best form of government is kind of like a blend between the two. And so I'm a centrist, okay? And Donald Trump seems to be going in my direction, so I've been really happy with that. So, um, regarding Hillary Clinton being prosecuted, she is so guilty. We don't even need to take her to trial. According to my conspiracy law, the fact that she was even aligned with Angelina Ballerina, we have got so much evidence against her. It's not even necessary to take her to court. I mean, well, we would be trying her in a military court because she's already considered a terrorist. Anybody who gets on Angelina, she was working with Angelina Ballerina to rape Donald Trump with dildos, her and Huma Abedin, on November the 4th. We have it on camera. We had eyewitnesses everywhere. In a situation like that, she is considered a terrorist. She wasn't even eligible to run for president. So we don't even need to take her to court. She's guilty beyond any doubt. I mean, if somebody goes in there and blows up your building, and about 1 million people saw it, you don't need court, man. You just need to arrest him and put him in jail, and that's basically the way we've got him with Hillary. Under my conspiracy law, when you've got that much evidence, we don't even waste our time with court because we already know. And if we're going to try her in court, we could settle probably in 5 minutes. Say 1 million eyewitnesses on camera. I'm sure somebody got her on camera. Boom. There's no need for court. She goes to jail or she's executed. That's it. That's probably why Donald Trump's not taking her to court, because the evidence against her is overwhelming. Anybody on the side of Angelina Ballerina is guilty. So anyways, I'm very, very pleased with Donald Trump. He seems to be making very good choices for his staff picks, and things are going well. It looks like he's been reading my conspiracy law. He's been adjusting his policies to reflect my conspiracy law. I'm very pleased with the way Donald Trump has been doing things.